My stepfather always said my real dad was a deadbeat, until I found the child support checks he'd been hiding for 12 years. I was 17 when I found them, buried in a shoebox behind winter coats in my stepfather's closet. I was looking for my birth certificate for college applications when my fingers hit the cardboard corner. Inside were dozens of checks, all made out to my mother, all signed by Dennis Crawford, my biological father, all with child support written in the memo line. The earliest was dated 3 months after my 5th birthday. The most recent was from last week. Every single check had been endorsed and deposited by my stepfather. My hands shook as I counted them. Over $80,000 in 12 years. Money that was supposed to be for me, for school clothes, doctor visits, college savings. Money my stepfather had been stealing while telling everyone my real dad abandoned us. He never even tried to contact you, Gary would say whenever I asked about my father. Some men just aren't built to be fathers. I'd grown up believing I was unwanted, that my dad had walked away without looking back. Gary painted himself as the hero who stepped in to raise another man's kid out of the goodness of his heart. But here was proof that my father had been trying to take care of me all along. I photographed every check with my phone, my heart pounding. Then I carefully put everything back exactly how I'd found it. That night at dinner, Gary complained about money again. College is expensive, he said. Maybe you should consider community college first. I stared at him across the table. This man who'd been stealing from his own stepchild for over a decade while pretending to be struggling financially. What if I found another way to pay for it? I asked carefully. Like what? Your deadbeat father's finally going to step up? He laughed bitterly. Don't hold your breath. After dinner, I called the number on the return address from the most recent check. My hands were trembling as I dialed. Hello? The voice was unfamiliar, but warm. Is this Dennis Crawford? I asked. Silence. Then, who's asking? This is Ren Patterson. I think you might be my father. I heard him suck in a sharp breath. Ren? Oh my God. Ren, is that really you? You know who I am? I've been trying to reach you for 12 years, he said, his voice breaking. I've sent letters, emails, gifts. I've called your house dozens of times. Your mother and stepfather said you didn't want contact with me. My world tilted. They said what? They told me you were happy with your new family. That contact with me would be confusing and harmful. They said if I really loved you, I'd stay away. I couldn't breathe. And the child support? Every month for 12 years. $700 a month, sometimes more for school expenses and birthdays. I wanted to make sure you had everything you needed, even if I couldn't be there. The room started spinning. Not only had Gary been stealing my father's money, but he'd been actively keeping us apart. We agreed to meet the next day after school at a coffee shop across town. I spent the night staring at the ceiling, processing 13 years of deception.